Hi, I would like to bring up a bit of scripture from the Gospel of Matthew to talk about something, starting with verse 1 in chapter 19. Now it came to pass when Jesus had finished these sayings that he departed from Galilee and came to the region of Judea beyond the Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came to him, testing him and saying to him, Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for just any reason? And he answered and said to them, Have you not read that he who made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So then they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore what God has joined together, let not man separate. They said to him, Why then did Moses command to give a certificate of divorce and to put her away? He said to them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, permitted you to divorce your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, and marries another, commits adultery, and whoever marries her who is divorced commits adultery. His disciples said to him, If such is the case of the man with his wife, it is better not to marry. But he said to them, All cannot accept this saying, but only those to whom it has been given. For there are eunuchs who were born thus from their mother's womb, and there are eunuchs who were made eunuchs by men, and there are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He who is able to accept it, let him accept it. Now, the point I want to make in this video is what Jesus had said in verses 11 to 12. And I mean, that there were men who were born eunuchs, there are men who were made eunuchs by men, and there are men who made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom's heaven's sake. Um, that I mean, does Jesus expect us men to cut off our wieners? No. This is this is basically a metaphor. I mean, metaphor of how serious Jesus wants us to take sexual purity. That if we're married, we should not divorce, and if we're not married, then we should keep ourselves sexually pure. I mean, for the kingdom of heaven's sake, and if that includes self-castration, then well, if you're called to self-castrate, that's between you and God. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I mean, I just I just hope it's worth it. And yeah, I mean, Jesus himself kept himself sexually pure throughout his entire 30 some odd years of living as a human up until he died on a cross. And basically, because he's expecting to be married to his bride, which is the church. And I mean, I know it kind of sucks because we we want to have our fun before we want to have our fun before we die, but 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 it's but Hebrews says something to the effect it's better to suffer for Christ than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, because as my pastor would say, sin is fun, but only for a season, because afterwards you're going to regret it. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to share with you this morning. So have a good day, and God bless you.